The story upcoming is tornado safety and preparedness. Next up, the tale of tornado survival. Once upon a time, in a small town located on the western fringe of Tornado Alley, there lived a family named the Johnsons. They were well aware of the potential dangers of tornadoes, so they made sure to be prepared at all times. One sunny afternoon, dark clouds started to gather in the sky, and the wind began to pick up. The Johnsons knew that a storm was approaching, and they quickly gathered their emergency supplies and headed inside their sturdy home. As they gathered in the living room, Mr. Johnson reminded everyone of the 3 important steps to survive a tornado. "Get in, get down, and cover up," he said. They all nodded and knew exactly what to do. Mrs. Johnson led the way to the basement, which was their designated tornado shelter. They made sure to go as low as possible and put as many barriers between themselves and the outside. They covered themselves with pillows, blankets, and helmets to protect themselves from flying debris. As they waited in the basement, the sound of the wind grew louder and the rain poured down heavily. Suddenly, they heard a loud crash from above. It was the sound of a nearby tree falling onto their house. They were relieved to be safely underground. After what felt like an eternity, the storm passed, and the Johnsons emerged from their basement to assess the damage. They were grateful that their safety plan had worked, and their home had withstood the tornado's fury. The next day, the Johnsons decided to share their experience and knowledge with their neighbors. They organized a community meeting to discuss tornado safety and the importance of having a safety plan in place. During the meeting, they talked about the different types of shelters, such as storm cellars, basements, and safe rooms, and how each one provides varying levels of protection. They stressed the importance of finding the best shelter area in their homes, whether it be a bathroom, a closet, or a hallway, as long as it was away from windows and outside walls. They also discussed the importance of having a plan for those who live in apartments or mobile homes. They emphasized the need to get to the lowest floor with as many walls between themselves and the outside as possible. The Johnsons encouraged everyone to practice their safety plans at least twice a year and to ensure that children who may be home alone also knew what to do in case of a tornado. Their efforts to raise awareness and promote tornado safety were well received by the community. The town came together to create a network of safe shelters and designated meeting points in case of emergencies. From that day forward, the Johnsons and their community felt more secure and confident in their ability to survive a tornado. They knew that by being prepared and following the basic tornado safety guidelines, they could protect themselves and their loved ones from nature's most violent storms. Thanks for listening at Village Security Channel.